Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to do a quick video talking about the ninth configuration. I was actually a little surprised that I hadn't reviewed this already on my channel. I'm a big fan of the Exorcist films. I really love the first one and the third one, and this is a spiritual successor to the first Exorcist movie. So this was made by the creator William Peter Blatty, who also wrote The Exorcist. This is originally a book called Twinkle Twinkle Killer Kane, which I think is a better name for this, but I digress. It's called the ninth configuration on DVD and Blu-ray and the movie, whatever. This is a weird one. I don't love the film. I don't hate the film. I like it. I enjoy it. I think it's good. But if you're going into it expecting anything like The Exorcist, you'll be very disappointed. So in The Exorcist, just to preface this a little bit, there's the scene where Reagan goes downstairs and says to the astronaut, "You're going to die up there," and then she pisses on the floor. That astronaut, played by someone else, is in this film, and that's kind of how it's a spiritual successor. The astronaut and a bunch of other Marines who are all suffering from mental conditions are in this abandoned castle, beautiful place, and it's all Marines that have mental disorders, and they have a new psychiatrist come in who is played by Stacy Keach, and he's trying to get all the patients to live out their issues and get better and all this stuff. There's a couple other people on staff and like a sergeant and all these other people there, so you will recognize a bunch of the faces. Jason Miller from The Exorcist is in it. Joe Spinell is in it from Maniac. The main character is from The Walking Dead. I can't, is it Scott Wilson? It might be Scott Wilson. Robert Lodge is in it. It's got a very cool cast. So anyhow, about half of the film is sort of this dry comedy about how goofy the mental patients are. And they'll sort of have one-liners or say crazy things. But if you listen to it, it's witty. It's just not my type of humor. It's like got this dry sensibility to it. And then the movie flips on its head about half to three quarters of the way through, and there's a bar fight. And I'm not going to say too much, but one of the Marines is at the bar. He sneaks out of the institution. He's at the bar, and these guys know who he is, and they start bullying him and beating him up and harassing him and pouring beer on him. And then the movie kind of hits its crescendo, and another one of the Marines is there, and they fight back. And then there's a story, you kind of realize what's going on, and the movie ends. There's lots of themes in this film, whether God exists or doesn't exist, people's emotions and sensitivity, mental health, all types of stuff. A lot of it has to do with this philosophical doctor or whatever named Fromm. I went back and watched a little bit of some synopsises on the film. It's an interesting movie. It's slow, so you really have to be in the mood to pay attention. It's about a 2-hour film, and again, not my type of humor, but it is a good movie and I do enjoy it. You just have to be in the mood for it. So would I recommend the ninth configuration? If you like slower films and you're willing to sit there and like really listen and pay attention, you'll like it. I think it's a good movie. It's done well. Lots of great characters and cast members. Nothing really to do with The Exorcist besides the astronaut, who is the main character in the film, along with Stacy Keach. And there's some funny things, but just not hysterical. And then the movie just flips, which I actually liked better. I like the part where it flips over and becomes something very different. So it was cool. I've seen it a bunch of times now, and it grows on me a little more every time I watch it. This was the Blu-ray put out by Westchester Films. There's supposedly one out now, I think, by Shout Factory, or they're putting one out, one of the two, I don't remember. But I'm not double dipping on this one. So, a little interesting Exorcist lore, but nothing that really ties it too much to the Exorcist franchise. Let me know, guys, if you've seen the ninth configuration, what you thought. I think most people will not like it, but it's definitely a pretty good film. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.